Hey, there you guys are. Welcome back to Beer Geek Beer Reviews. And as you can see, I went ahead and picked up already the Samuel Adams Cabin Pack. I've been calling it the cabin fever pack for some of us that are like knee deep in snow out towards the west. Um, as you can see, look at how many beers varieties are in this pack. Now, I'll start off with this. I mean, everybody knows that we have the good old trusty Sam Adams Boston Lager. We have some really good beers in this pack, in my opinion. We have the ever loved Cold Snap. We have one of my good buddies here, the Escape Route, which is a Kolsch style beer. We have let's go with the Noble Pills. Now, the Noble Pills has actually been absent for quite some time. I've not seen it around here. I know it hasn't been brewed in at least 2 years. I'm pretty sure it's around 2 years. Um, we have a new one to this edition, which happens to be the Session Ale. And by Session Ale, this is not your traditional style session IPA or anything. This is supposed to be an ESB. We'll get on to that one in my next review. But for this one, I went with the Voter's Choice. If anybody for Sam Adams sees this, thank you very much. I am happy to the voters. I am definitely happy to the company for bringing back this one. I am reviewing the Scotch Ale. Now, if anybody remembers, if you can see my face, that this label is actually the same label that they actually had back in 2008, 2009, 2010, and 2011. I believe it was from 2008 to 2011 for this Brewmasters collection. The Brewmasters collection, if I'm not mistaken, was a six-pack variety of the Brewer's Choice to release. You know this one stuck around for a little while. Let's go ahead and get it into said glass and see what we think here. Regular, good old Samuel Adams cap. Traditional style cap. Nothing too shabby here. So we're going to do a nice little light pour. Look at that, man. Look how red that beer is. I'm liking that already. That is a lovely, lovely color. Giving off to a wondrous head. Look at that. Make sure we get some of that in there. Don't want to get anything on the desk. Go ahead and set that aside. Wipe it off. Loads of carbonation in that. I'm very, very pleased about the carbonation level in this beer already. Nice, steady. Let's see here. As for color, let's go like right here. Let me get my head out of the way. There you go. You can see, the ruby red hues on here. This is a nice crystal clear, very filtered red ale kind of look to it. There you go. You guys can see that color to it. Nice ruby red dark malt color. The head's got like a yellowish tinge to it, but part it's a nice, white color with that little yellowish tinge. Um, Other than that, let's go ahead and get a nose on this, shall we? Oh, nice, nice roasted malt characteristic. A little smoky. You can just pick up just a small hint of that peatiness to it that most Scotch ales are supposed to have. Let's go ahead and see if we can't pick up anything else. It almost smells like a small hint of like fresh cut tobacco before you go ahead and roll it. Just a big, nice, all around earthy note. So hopefully all this carries over. I'm really hoping that I can pick up on that peaty note more because that's what a real big Scotch ale should have into it. So hopefully I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Gross. Oh yeah. Nice, clean, crisp, just a tad bit of hint of smoke. You're not going to get a lot of it. Um, the roasted malts, the peatiness, the earthiness. There's just a very, very slight hint of like a bitterness to it, but it's not that bitter at all. It's just a very slight hint for it, and then it just generally goes away, and you're left with all that earthy, malty goodness. In my opinion, I love malts. I love the maltier beer. So this, it's a pretty nice beer right now. I mean, it's nothing to knock your socks off at, but at the same time, I do believe that it is a really good, example of the style. I mean, it gives you what you're looking for. It's nothing to say, oh God, I can't drink this. This is way too much malt. This is overly peaty. This is overly smoky. Um, but at the same time, I do really like this. I like it for the. I don't like to use the word generic, but at the same time, I have to. It's like a generic um, style example. I do like it. It gives enough flavor. It does what it's supposed to do. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this only comes in at, yep, 5.5% alcohol by volume. So therefore, it's nothing, too overly high in alcohol by volume. Um, and it does exactly what it's supposed to be. It gives off everything that it's supposed to. As for commercial description, it says this is a brew for adventurous ale drinkers. This ale is four specialty malts, including a rare peat smoked malt used in Scotch whiskies. This unique malt gives Scotch ales a subtle smoky flavor and deep amber hue. This is a big malty brew, a long smooth finish. Cheers! And it is just that. I mean, the commercial description on the bottle gives off exactly what this beer is, and it is exactly that. I mean, if people pick this beer up out of this pack, if you guys can find this pack as a one-off, like in single bottles, and you just want to pick up, say, the Scotch and the Session or any of your other favorite beers out of this pack, so be it. Go ahead, give it a try. I mean, this hasn't been brewed at least since 2011, maybe 2010, leftovers in 2011, and I am very pleased with it. So, with that said, man, peace, pros, deuce, and as always, rate, comment, subscribe. Hey, you guys out there, I know there are some definite people out there that have had this beer, and I'm looking forward to your comments. So, as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. And as always, see you guys again up on the flip side, man. Peace. And always drink great, amazing craft beers. See you guys again later.